In order to start loving and enjoying algorithms, you have to start thinking recursively. How do one start thinking recursively, Shiva? I'll tell you. I will start with a story. There was a person named Joe. He was walking on the beach and he was thinking about his poverty. If he gets some treasure, how rich he will live. He was daydreaming about that. As he was thinking and walking, he stepped on something. He stepped on a metallic box. He just cleared the sand and took the metal box and opened it out of curiosity. That had two things. One is a key, and another thing is a note. The note reads, "This is the key of the abandoned castle. From today, you are the richest person in the world. Go and get that." He got excited and he was out of the planet. He just took the key, ran towards the castle that everybody knows that is there on the beach side. He stood in front of the majestic castle and he just looked up to see the top of the castle. It was as if it is hitting the sky. When he turned to the left and the right, he was unable to see the end of the castle. That's how huge and majestic it was. Highly excited, he put the key on the slot of the castle door and he twisted. The huge, giant doors of the castle opened with a creaking voice. He stepped inside and he was shocked and stunned at the same time. He saw another castle inside the outer castle. Oh, he got disappointed. He saw some bits of gold scattered on the floor, but that cannot make him the richest person in the world. That can't even make him survive till his death. But he looked around the castle and he saw a table with a box, a metal box like the one he found on the beach, and there was a note. He ran towards that note and read the note. It mentioned, "Use this key to open the box and get the new key for the new castle." He just did the same. He opened the box using the key that he had opened the outer castle, and the box opened. There was another new, brand new key inside that box. He took that key and ran towards the inner castle. He opened it and he was shocked again. He saw another castle there, but there were little bit of gold scattered around the floor. But he never mind. He went straight to the left side where the box and the note was there. He used this key to open the box and got the next key and opened the next castle, shocked again to see another castle inside. This went on for 4 or 5 castles. Finally, he went inside a castle, took the new key, and he tried to open the castle, but it doesn't open. He got disappointed and dejected. What is he going to do with his life from now? Suddenly, a positive thought came to his mind. It reminded him that there was scattered gold around the floor across each castle. He can maybe collect that and, if not be the richest person in the planet, he can at least be the richest person in his village. So he backtraced the path that he has come. He went from inner castles to outer castles, collecting the gold that was scattered one castle at a time. and he went out with a bunch of gold that can make him the richest person in his village. What is the moral of the story? There is no moral. The story itself is a recursive story. I will go to the whiteboard to explain you how each element in the story relates to something in a recursive function. Now let's see how the story relates to recursion and recursive functions. Each castle he saw, whether it's inner castle or outer castle, each castle is like a function call. The next thing is each key, whether it is a key that he got from the beach side, whether it is a key that he collected from outer castles that he used to open the inner castles, each of those keys are nothing but parameters, function parameters. As he went from outer castles to inner castle, opening each castle, finally the castle that was not openable, that is nothing but the base condition. As he was disappointed that the final castle is not opening, and he was returning outside the castle, collecting the riches that are there in each castle. As he was back tracing, collecting all the riches, these riches are nothing but return value. These are essentially the four building blocks of a recursive function. And now we are going to the interesting part. We are going to write a recursive function for this story. Doesn't that sound interesting? Let's do that. I assume the gold is calculated in a floating point number. Nothing but they are the riches. Each castle, as I said, is a function call. So the function name is castle. And the function parameter is nothing but keys. I consider a key as an integer. So this is the function declaration, and we can move to the definition. As he goes into the castle, what does he do? Yeah, he sees gold, but he doesn't collect that gold. What does he do? He gives his key of the outer castle and he gets the key of the inner castle. So new key is transform key, old key. He just gives his old key and transforms it into a new key. Then what does he do? He goes and opens the next castle. So it is castle is nothing but the function called, and the parameter is he uses the new key, not the old key. So he uses this new key to open this castle. He does the same again. He goes to the second castle. He transforms his key of the second castle and gets the key of the third castle. He goes to the third castle using the third key. Then once he goes into the third castle, again he goes and transforms his third castle's key to the fourth castle's key, and then he uses that key to open the fourth castle. Then finally, using the key of the fourth castle, he gets the new key of the fifth castle, but that key doesn't open the fifth castle. So that is called base condition. The final non-openable castle is the base condition. So first thing that we have to do is to test whether the key opens the castle or not. So openable key. If the key is openable, then he can go and transform his key and get the new key of the inner castle. But if it is not openable, he cannot get anything from that castle and he has to move away. So he gets nothing, that is, he gets zero gold or zero riches. Once he returns from the fifth castle, he sees the gold that is scattered around and he picks those gold. So, from the inner castle, whatever gold he brings to the outer castle, that we call as gold from inner. Gold from inner means he collects whatever gold was there in the inner castle and brings to the outer castle. Then what does he do? He then collects the gold from the outer castle, right? That is the current castle. Gold from current. Get gold. It's just a function that is picking the gold that is on the floor. Then finally, how will he go out of this castle? He will go out of the castle with all the gold that he has collected from this castle and all the inner castles. So the gold he has collected from all the inner castles is available here, gold from inner, and the gold he has collected from this castle is available in gold from current. Now he returns to the outermost castle with all both of these. Gold from inner plus gold from current. So this is the recursive function for the recursive story I have told. So as he goes to the beach, he gets the key and he goes to the castle and he opens the castle. If it is openable, then he transforms his key to convert it into a new key and then he opens the new castle. He does that multiple times until he is unable to open a particular castle. Then he returns from that castle with nothing, and this returned zero. So there was no gold from the inner castle. Then he collects the gold from the current castle and then returns that gold to the outer castle. The returned outer castle will have, say, 5 grams of gold was there in that castle. So 5 grams of gold will come here, and he collects another 4 grams of gold that was in the outer castle, adds them up. 4 plus 5 is 9. Then he goes to the outer castle. Then it returns here. 9 grams of gold returns here. Here there was 15 grams of gold. So 15 plus 9 is 24. Now he has 24 grams of gold. As he comes out of the outermost castle, he has 24 grams of gold with him. So this is the recursive story and the recursive function. Hey friend, are you still watching the video? Then I would like to give you a gift. I have created a free guide that breaks down the most common data structure and algorithm patterns. Instead of telling you how an algorithm works, this guide tells you when to use it. Do you find yourself wondering which data structure or algorithm to use in a particular situation? Then this guide is definitely for you. Grab the guide by clicking the link in the description. Until we meet the next time, this is Shivakumar aka Algo Shiva signing off. Bye.